How's it going? Chesky from Y&I Recording Academy, and today we're going to be going back to the basics a bit. So we're going to be talking about why in studios do you usually see this kind of microphone, and why in a live setting do you usually see this kind of microphone. So let's start with what are the two types of mics called that we're talking about over here. So this one, the one that are generally used in studios, is known as a condenser microphone, and the ones that you see more on stage and in live settings is known as a dynamic microphone. And the main difference between condenser and dynamic is the technology inside of the capsule. But that's just like the tech part of it. But really, beyond that will determine when and where you use each microphone. So the real techy part of it is that a dynamic microphone is a coil technology that when you sing into the coil vibrates and turns into electric signal. And then in a dynamic microphone, it's instead of a coil, there's a diaphragm, and there's a little piece of sort of like tinfoil, I guess, off of the diaphragm, and when you sing into it, it vibrates off the distance of the plate, whatever. I'm not exactly sure exactly how it works. I'm not a scientist, but basically it's more of a it's a different mechanism, basically. Now, these two different types of technologies greatly impact the microphones on a few different levels. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is power. Dynamic microphone does not need any additional power. It's just plug in to the mixer or wherever you're going, into an interface, whatever it is, and you are ready to go. A condenser microphone, on the other hand, needs additional power. It needs that phantom power, that 48 volt button. That's why we have it on all our interfaces. And that is a very significant difference between the two of them. Another significant difference is how they pick up sound. So a dynamic microphone kind of only picks up the sound that's right directly in front of it. It's not going to pick up so much sound around it as much as a condenser microphone would, which is a lot more sensitive, not only directly against the capsule, but even around the capsule. It will take in a little bit more than a dynamic microphone. Now you can start seeing the pattern of why we're using this in live settings and why we're using this in studio settings. So, like I said, the range, the actual proximity range is different between a dynamic microphone, which is a little bit more closed, and a condenser microphone, which gets a little bit more which takes in a little bit more around the capsule. In addition to the proximity range, there's also usually a difference in frequency range. So a dynamic microphone will usually have a narrower frequency range, whereas a condenser microphone will usually have a larger frequency range, allowing for even more accurate capturing results. And the last main difference between the two of them is that a dynamic microphone is usually something that's pretty durable. Like, you can throw this from very high up and it can endure a lot of pain throughout its lifetime, whereas a condenser microphone, I would definitely not recommend trying to throw it around on stage. So you can see a little bit of a pattern here that the dynamic microphone lends itself a lot more to a live setting. There's not as much bleed. Only what's directly in front of the mic is going to get picked up, which means the rest of the band won't get bled into the lead singer's vocal or whatever it is. The durability is a lot more there, and it doesn't need any additional power, so that means less equipment to lug around. So that's why the dynamic microphone definitely lends itself to a live setting. If you try to use a condenser microphone in a live setting, it has been done, but it's a lot harder because it's a lot of bleed. The condenser microphone will pick up everything, and there will be just tons of feedback, so it's not really so ideal for live settings. But in the studio, we really do want a condenser microphone because it will give us the maximum accuracy and sensitivity. So those are the basic differences between a dynamic and condenser microphone. And choosing which one is right for you will highly depend on the use that you're trying to get out of it. Again, dynamic, live, condenser, studio. Of course, there's exceptions to every rule, but that's the basic idea. Now, if you like this video and you found this a little bit helpful, I want to give you something for free. If you're looking to start your home studio or upgrade your home studio and you're not sure what equipment you need and you're not sure where to buy it from and you're in a budget, I got you. I put together an entire home studio gear guide, and there you'll find all the products that you'll need to start your home studio or upgrade your home studio, and a bunch of different budgets. So no matter where you fall in, you're definitely going to find it useful. Download it below with the link in the description, and I will see you next time.